All right, everyone, welcome. Today we have on Coffee with the Founder, although it's later in the afternoon, so no coffee left for me, is Ashok Kartham. He's the CEO and co-founder of Circuitry AI, playing in the space of what I understand how manufacturers deliver their service using, of course, AI in the service lifecycle, which can be a lot for complex service environments, as there are many. Thank you for being here, all the way from Florida, Ashok, all the way in
Really?
San Diego here. This
Sure.
is
No,
good.
it's a pleasure to be on this. Thank you for having me, Beck.
Yes, we're excited to be chatting. So, when we just got on here, Ashok, you were saying, oh, it's going well, it's busy. On LinkedIn, you have that you're hiring. What's going so well? And then tell us what Circuitry does.
Sure. I think what's going well is as we developed our product, we are very excited to see our customers' feedback, our customers' interest in applying our solution to their problems. So
Mm-hmm.
that's been exciting. I think we are building this product for the last 2 years, but
Mm-hmm.
now we have this product working in real production environments. Customers are seeing the benefits. So that's always exciting, right? To see
Oh
what you
yeah,
build
when you
working
actually,
well to do it.
yes.
Yes.
Even more exciting is when you get the first customer where you're like, oh, I don't know this person. Oh my gosh, this isn't someone in my Rolodex from school or something. That's very exciting. Okay, so Circuitry AI, parts recommendations, service industry. Give us a little bit of the overview of the why and what you're solving.
Sure. I think, as we all know, we all use various types of equipment in our real life.
Yeah.
Businesses rely on it, either it's a hospitals on a med devices or a uh, factories on production equipment and things
Hmm.
like that. So, what our mission is, how do we have these missions keep running with the help of AI? So, there are different uh, team members, like either it's field service technicians,
Hmm.
contact center people, or various service teams, are
Hmm.
trying to figure out how to fix something. There is a
Yeah.
big knowledge grab. Number of them are actually retiring. So our what we are
Yes. Yes.
solving is how do we enable them to make right decisions about fix, about parts, and so the product can keep running and it's up more of the time
Mm-hmm. And you have something called, like, for example, a service advisor.
anyway.
Fast, reliable support for customers, contact center. So, like, what's with the service advisor? Is that an AI powered? It is service advisor who's saying like, "Hey, you should look at this part. You should think about this for HVAC and so forth."
That's correct. Service advisor is actually trained on all the knowledge related to specific equipment.
Hmm.
Any of the equipment, it has all the diagnostics information, service procedures, or various bulletins that the manufacturer might have issued,
Yeah.
parts catalogs, and all of that. So then, when there is an issue related to the product,
Hmm.
advisor can provide recommendations on what is the right fix, what are the right parts. It can guide the people that are working on it, what are the step-by-step things that they can do, recommend the right parts for them before they go out for surveys to prevent like a repeat visits to fix the
Yes, the
equipment to do
insight,
it. So
exactly.
the service advisor is basically has all the knowledge about equipment, service, parts, and all of and its history and all of that. So it can provide better advice and making decisions about the service.
And you're also saying here you're minimizing downtime with, like, the precise, like, emphasis of the repair, the recommendations, so that people can get their machinery back and working even faster and so forth. I would imagine.
Absolutely, because when the product is down, number of these, that's where we work too. When
Yeah.
it is critical for downtime, in a way, when a med device is down or a
Yep.
construction equipment is down, it can stop the project to do it. So then those end customers are expecting that equipment to be back up and running as soon as
ASAP.
possible.
Yeah.
They can get back to their business. So we see our mission as how do we help make that happen.
Hmm. So when I look though at your industries, you do heavy equipment, you're in medical
Mhm.
devices, automotive, like it's quite the spectrum of the industries you touch with. Therefore, I'm thinking with so many different equipment needs and warranties and so forth, that sounds like a lot. How did your models train on all that, or how did you get the product to serve all of that? Or maybe
Sure.
that's the 2 plus 3 years you've been cranking here.
Sure. Yeah, all of these products have some very common characteristics that
Mm,
we can, that's where we built our universal schemas or what we call our decision intelligence models on, is most of them have a complex bill of material. Most of them have various service procedures, and they have a history of various service events, either it's warranty, service contracts, and all of that. So we understand that domain well, and there is a commonality all of them, even though data
mm.
is different for each of them. So
Yeah,
we built the product and the platform such a way we can train on these different types of equipment,
got it.
and then provide assistance related to that.
Got it. And how would you, how was the journey to get everything trained? As in, how long did this all take? I know for every AI company, it's like, where do you get the data? How do you train it? Fringe cases and so forth. How was that for
Sure.
you all?
Yeah, for us, again, because of the advancements in the AI frontier
Yeah.
models and all of that, now it has become easier, but at the same time, this data is very complex, and data is spread out across multiple
Mm.
systems. So we
Yeah.
had to train on it. So our first product as an MVP product, we released it after the almost like a 6 months on
Hmm.
that, where we were building number of models and testing and evaluating to do that. And then after that, as we work with the different customers, it may take up to 30 days, like anywhere from week to 30 days, to train on their specific data. Now that we have automated a lot of this training and the data
Hmm.
feeds and things like that.
Hmm. Okay. How did you get to finding this as a need? You previously were chief product officer, for instance, at Cycron for a
Mhm.
couple of years, and that it sounds like it merged with your previous company, Ms. That was in
Right.
the consumer space. Tell how where'd you come up with finding the solution?
Sure.
Because this was a
Actually,
problem.
this has been a long time in
Okay.
making. In the sense, like I was fortunate to work on some of these service support and warranty systems long time ago as a consultant at John Deere. They are
Yeah.
an
Oh,
iconic company and have
yeah.
a great equipment and a great business to
Yeah.
do it. I was a computer scientist working on some of the systems there. That
Yeah.
was a great opportunity for me to learn about this business. Then I started my first company that was focused on helping the manufacturers and the dealers.
Is that the
Uh,
4CS?
that's 4CS, which was
Yep.
acquired by PTC
Yep.
to combine with their product lifecycle management. They call it as a service lifecycle
Hmm.
management. After that, I founded MISE. There, again, we were focused on how do we enable better customer experience. So the people that are delivering the service, either it's technicians in the field or others, how can we enable them to deliver this using the mobile and other technologies? And that company merged with Synchron. And what all of those two companies, we were dealing with the same target customers
Uh-huh.
in a similar problem, but obviously with the previous technologies, more on how do we deliver the content, how do we provide some transactional workflows and things like that. But with AI, felt like we could do a lot better things, right? How we
Yeah.
can provide precise answers, guidance, and things like that in the same industry. So I was able to start Circuitry.ai, leverage all the experience and
Yep.
that I've gained over the last 2 decades.
So yes, it has been 2+ decades that you've been in the trenches in the startup world and so forth. You have something that I would refer to, Ashok, sometimes as founderitis. Like you start one company, you sell, and then you're like, well, shoot, got it. Here's another problem I see, and I'm the person to solve it. What made you decide to do another startup?
Sure. I think it's the excitement and the potential I saw with AI. I know all of us are
See.
impacted
Oh,
when
yes.
ChatGPT was launched. I got actually excited when first time I drove autonomous car, Tesla to do it. So it felt like this is something I need to work on. I
Yeah.
cannot just stay on the sidelines, let it happen. So felt like how do I leverage my knowledge and the domain
Hmm.
expertise and the this tremendous potential that AI has.
Hmm.
So I felt like I have to do one more and
You
build
felt
this.
compelled, is what I'm
Yes.
hearing. You felt compelled. Absolutely. Was there an aha moment that you had, like a spark, or was it an eventual reality? Sometimes that's what happens.
Sure. I think it's the aha moment is as we always think like AI in the initially it said it was more about providing access to the knowledge, access to the answers, like we are
Mm,
able to chart and things like that, as well as maybe it can assist in different ways. What I saw the value is, can AI help people make better decisions, right? There is a lot of data being created, but the data, how do we convert into decisions in terms of, like, obviously access to knowledge is required, but also how can we predict, how can we ensure that whatever decision is made is executable. So one of
mm,
the things we wanted to focus on is, instead of just calling it as AI, we call it as a decision intelligence. How can we help people make better, more predictable,
mm,
and that can generate better outcomes in a way, right? That's what led us to this company.
mm. And is that vernacular more perhaps digestible or more attractive to people when you now say it's decision intelligence versus another AI thing? Because I wonder if there's an allergic response sometimes, given manufacturing, which is a legacy industry type of arena, that you find this better with using decision as a word
Sure.
choice.
Yeah, I think what we saw is AI can do lots of things,
Sure.
right? Now it will impact all aspects of what we are doing. But where we felt like a decision intelligence is better is, the the decisions impact everything we do, right? Either it's in
Yeah.
personal life or business life. We felt
Hmm.
like the decisions that the service teams are making, are which fix, which part is this covered, and things like that. That's where we felt like there can be more impact. Previous things we worked on is either we can store the data, retrieve the data, maintain the data, and things like
Hmm.
that. So
Hmm.
here it felt like what is next, where we can actually make these people more empowered, make better decisions, achieve their outcomes better. That's where it felt like it's a lot more direct impact than talking about a general AI in a way.
Hmm. I just wonder too if there's an ICP that just go like, no, I do not want an agent. I got to touch the thing. I want to make the decision. What if it runs off the rails and this and that? So, hmm. Okay, good to hear. You also said before we started recording in just a little bit, like, oh, it's an exciting time more than ever because you're actually getting the customers using it, and you're seeing the feedback. You're getting the feedback, which is one, in my opinion, one of the most exciting times
Mhm.
when you actually have it built. You actually have initial customers. You know the customers, like you have their email. You can talk to them and so
Mhm.
forth. What are you hearing that makes you particularly excited?
So I think main thing is we talk about how do we link, as we said, decisions to outcomes.
Yeah.
Outcomes could be, in those cases, is the repair done first time
Hmm.
versus they have to repeat it. That's called, actually, in this industry, first time fix rates.
Hmm.
When customers can say our solution helped them to resolve the issue faster and better first time, that's
Hmm.
that kind of outcome. When they give that feedback, then we feel like we achieved the what we set out to do. So there are other outcomes, like more in the automation area. There
Hmm.
are a number of things, like, say, in warranty or service contracts that are done manually. They have to look up lots of different systems for different information. Then
Yeah.
they say, with using our solution, they are able to either augment or automate it, so they can achieve their outcomes better, and the results are better than, like, say, if somebody was manually doing it. So that's the kind of feedback we are looking for. And
Mm,
then actually we build that feedback mechanism into our product, so we can
of course.
continuously see how it's performing.
Oh, yes. Good. How fun. You also mentioned you're, in the midst of hiring and so forth. So I just had someone on who was like, yeah, we're hiring, we're doing all this. So
Mhm.
how are you thinking of hiring in this era of, well, everything should be AI. And so don't you think it should be less people,
Sure.
perhaps?
Yeah, for us, I think one of the areas, because we are a vertical AI, we
Yeah.
are applying AI to very specific industry and a specific
Hmm.
domain, like service
Hmm.
lifecycle management. So
Hmm.
for us, that industry and domain experience is very important in addition to the technology. So
Hmm.
when we are hiring, on one side, we are actually hiring domain experts in every area, because they can bring that expertise in understanding the data, training the AI, validating that it's providing the right answers and right decisions in a way to do it. That's one side. And then on the technology side, definitely coding and the IT has become the number one use case for AI. And
Yes.
we are leveraging that internally too. Again, we look for people more than coders, to say people can think more creatively, think better, and how they can solve the problems or apply this domain to the technology.
Hmm.
Those are the kind of skills that we are hiring for, and we still need it a great team to build these products.
Right.
They don't build by themselves. And even though some tasks are performed, we still feel like our vision for the product and the types of problems we are trying to solve still requires a great team, and we continue to
It
build it.
does. It does. Okay, you said the word fun. Are you having fun?
Yes,
Oh, that was an
definitely. I think
emphatic
it's
yes.
it's lots of
Okay.
fun. Yeah, it's amazing what I mean. Again, these technologies have evolved to do. I've lived through multiple technology
Yes.
transformations, so it's exciting. It's fun to build something. It's fun to see that working, and it's always fun to work with our teams and our customers. So yeah, it's been lots of fun.
Hmm. Ooh, what's a little bit of the difference, would you say, from you as a founder the 20 plus years ago and the founder that you are today, given you just mentioned the
Sure.
time and the moment we're in?
Sure. I hope I got wiser with the previous two companies.
Yeah.
Wiser in the sense, like how we look at the problem, how we look at the impact that we can make to
Mhm.
our customers. Initially, as I said, I came from computer science background. Initially, I might have approached it from a technical perspective.
Mm.
Having worked in this industry, in this space for some time, I think, probably developed a lot more from I would say, customer empathy or a customer perspective to do
Yes.
it. So I feel like the different is, again, as we look at the technologies are changing on the power of the technologies on how it can impact to our customers. So we continue to figure out and get deeper into that side of it, right? Customer value, customer impact, as well as the how these technologies
Mm.
are different and in delivering a different business models. And it's not the just incrementally better technology. These are
No,
completely different type of
yes.
technologies. So,
Yes. Got you. Is there something you did in the past that you were still doing today as a skill set or a technique that's
sure.
still going strong?
Yeah, some things are I think are will continuously to be there. First, I do think the whole customer centricity, thinking
Mhm.
about the customer problem, customer pain point, or the impact we have, I don't think that will change. Similarly, one thing that I feel like I was able to apply is it's the applying the technology to the a specific business problem. So we feel like we need to understand both, not just come in as a technologist, but
Yeah,
like makes the
and actually the real
technology and the
problem.
business
Mhm.
understanding together to come up with solution. And similarly, I think the team we build together and which builds the great products, all those are I think true continuously, and I think I continue to leverage that.
And then what about how what you've I like to ask this, what you've changed your mind on recently, perhaps as a founder now versus later or before? What would you say?
I think since I'm in this industry, maybe I will relate to it. As I think a lot of us have to change our mind on what's possible, what's potential with
Hmm.
AI to do it. I mean, even when I was studying computer science, I took AI classes, which is a lot different than the AI
Oh
now, right?
gosh, I cannot even imagine.
And then
Yes.
in the last 2 3 years, the developments have been so fast and very impactful to do it. So I had to change my mind on what's possible. And now I believe like with AI we could do a lot more things that we didn't think were possible even a year ago or 3 months ago.
Mm. Hmm. Oh, God. I can, man, I wish you had something like your notes from back then or something where you could be like, oh, wow, this is what we were talking about back then. And now look at us now. Oh, it's not even comparable, I would say. Mm,
Yes.
mm. Okay, last question then for
Mhm.
us today, Ashok. And I haven't been asking this recently, so I got to make a note to myself. What's one of your latest unlocks? Sometimes people call it a hack, but like unlock as in, ooh, now I do X and it's changed how I work, how I live, how I think, etc.
Sure. I think on main thing as you said with all of us are using it. I kind of want to think about now is what is that we can uniquely do that AI cannot do, because that's now it's become AI is capable of doing a lot of things. It's challenging a lot of things that we thought only humans can do in thinking, answering questions, and all of that. So because I think that helps us to say where can we add value, where can we make impact, and also that also helps us to figure out how can we have AI do a lot of things that we thought weren't possible to do it. So I
Mhm.
keep thinking about that aspect of it. right? I mean, the capabilities of AI too, compared to even capabilities that I can bring or our team can bring, that's more unique than before.
Thank you so much, Ashok. Is there one last thing maybe you'd say, just imparting wisdom, advice for other founders who are earlier on this venture-backed crazy train?
Sure. No, thank you. It's actually a pleasure being on this podcast with you, Beck. And I think no, for all the, I know there are fantastic, wonderful founders and entrepreneurs out there, and I have done this, and I think I wouldn't choose any other thing. Even when I merged with other companies, it always felt like building is more fun. I think
Building is
only
more
thing I could
fun.
say is, despite all the challenges and all that kind of thing, I mean, entrepreneurs bring a lot of good ideas to life, right? They contribute so much to society. So only thing I can say is keep doing, right?
Keep doing
And
it. Keep
keep
doing it.
keep things better in the world anyway, right? Absolutely.
It is notable when you think of just this didn't exist before, you made it happen. Whatever
Mhm.
this is, of course, with others and a team and so forth, but that's always a cool thing. Something didn't exist previously,
Mhm.
you made it happen, you breathed it to life, and now people are impacted by it and use it and benefit from it and blah blah blah. I think that's one of the most exciting parts of being in
Absolutely.
entrepreneurship. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes. Mhm.
Ashok, thanks for being here today.
No, thank you very
Ashok
much, Beck.
Catherine, who is CEO and co-founder of Circuitry AI, all the way from Florida. I love it. Thanks, Ashok.
Thank you,
Hope to see
Beck.
you up in New York soon. See
Sure.
ya.
Bye.
Bye.